There's something fun about watching a good magician work. I love how they trick your eye, the way they mess with your mind, the way they make you believe that unbelievable things are happening, and they do it right in front of your face. It seems to me a lot of what it takes to be a good magician is that ability to connect with the audience, to draw people in so that they get lost in the experience, and getting them to suspend their disbelief. And in that moment, if only for a moment, having them believe the illusion is real. That's how it is when you watch a good magician. You get lost in the tricks and you try to figure out how it's done. It's astounding, and it's a lot of fun. Watching a bad magician, that's not nearly as much fun. Now once he messes up and you see how the trick is done, all the fun is gone. Once the illusion is broken, it's just kind of sad and pathetic. You know, as video editors, I think we're a lot like magicians. Every time we edit, we play with reality. We ask people to believe the illusions that we present on the screen as though they're real. And if our edits are tight, if our sequences flow smoothly, then they can buy into the story and get lost in it and enjoy the show without realizing that what's going on is really not real. But if we slip up as editors, if we make bad cuts, if there are lapses in the timing, or if there are breaks in the continuity, then it all comes apart. The illusion's broken, and what we're left with is a sad, bad magic show. Our goal as editors is to seamlessly present the illusions that we put on the screen so our viewers only see what we want them to see. So they can look past the surface, look past the glass, and get lost in the story. In my opinion, the greatest magical tool that we have as video editing illusionists is the cut. The simple, humble, magical cut. Have you ever really thought about the cut? The cut is an amazing thing to me. It's both a razor and glue. It simultaneously separates and connects. It divides and it joins. It's a beginning and an end. A lot of people think of a cut as a transition effect, but it's really not a transition effect because it doesn't occupy any time or space. It's an instantaneous change. It's a switch. It's ironic that a cut doesn't occupy time or space because the cut is what gives editors the power to manipulate both time and space. And when it's used properly, the cut's invisible. It's like the blink of an eye. Unless you really think about it, you may not even notice it. So as an editor, it would do you well to take some time to consider the magical, powerful properties of the simple cut. Because in a lot of ways, if we master the use of the simple cut, we can master the art of editing. Editing by its very nature is about playing with reality. It involves altering space and time to create a world that can only exist in the context of the screen. Somehow our brains are miraculously able to process the sequences that we see, cuts and lapses and changes of location and all. We accept the impossible, unreal realities that we see on the screen as though they're real. Every time we watch an edited production on the screen, it's like we're watching a magician. We willingly let go of everything that we know to be real, everything we know about the constraints of the real world, and instead we choose to believe the unbelievable. In fact, our brains become accomplices in the crime. They lie to us by filling in the blanks where the cuts are. In his book, In the Blink of an Eye, Walter Murch astutely points out that there's no such thing as a cut in the real world. We can't observe it in the natural world. From the minute you wake up until the minute you fall asleep, your mental camera never stops rolling. Images constantly enter your eyes and are processed by your brain. The reality that you experience is constantly in context. Everything happens in sequence and has perfect continuity. But in the world of the screen, of film and video, discontinuity is the norm. Very few things are shot in sequence or seen without a cut. As an editor, you need an understanding of the cut's ability to mess with time and space. And it's true no matter what kind of video you make, even wedding video. Imagine this. We see a shot of the father of the bride. He pauses and kisses his daughter before they walk down the aisle. Cut to a shot of the mom as she brushes away a tear. Now in reality, those two shots may have been shot 30 minutes apart. The mother wasn't really crying because she saw the kiss. Those tears were because of a problem with the flowers. We shot it at a separate time. But in the context of the edit, those two shots have a new relationship. They're joined by the cut and they now reflect one another. The cut has the power to create a new relationship between these two shots, an unreal reality that doesn't exist in the real world, between the father's kiss and the mother's tear, that are in fact an illusion. But an illusion that cuts together in such a way that everyone will accept it, even the mother of the bride herself. In fact, it may even be her favorite shot in the whole production. Now, I'm not suggesting that you willingly lie to your clients, but what I am suggesting is that every time we edit, like it or not, we take things out, we put things in, and we make connections, new relationships between clips. The cut also has the power to connect the disconnected. You can see this on any episode of Friends or Seinfeld or probably any other sitcom for that matter. You'll see a shot of the outside of a building, followed by a cut that takes you to an interior shot where the action takes place. Now in the mind of the viewer, in the world of the show, the people in shot 2 are inside the building in shot 1. The viewer believes that, they accept it. In reality, that building was probably shot in New York City, and the actors were probably shot more than 2,000 miles away in Los Angeles in a studio. Think about this sequence. You see an exterior shot. A guy walks up to a building, opens a door, and goes inside. When he gets about halfway through the door, we cut to an interior shot as he enters the room. Now, as long as we time our cuts well and match the action properly, we can use two different locations for the inside and the outside. The two sides of that door can be in completely different places on opposite sides of town, but thanks to the magical properties of the cut, the viewer perceives the sequence as showing two sides of the same door. Let's say an actor glances at something off screen. What does he see? He sees whatever the editor cuts to. What did he really see? Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. In the world the editor creates, the actor is one half of a glance-object pair. He does a glance and we cut to an object, any object, and the two are connected in space and time. In the mind of the viewer, he's looking at whatever we cut to in the next shot. We see hundreds of cuts every time we watch TV. They're everywhere. The cut dominates. Because we've seen so many, we become immune to them. Most people don't even notice the cuts any longer, but people can tell you, even if they can't explain why, they can tell you when an edit works and when it doesn't. See, making a cut isn't hard. Anyone can make an edit. You just drop two clips on a timeline and butt them together. So what's the difference between the master magicians who create award-winning edits and the amateurs who can't seem to find the rabbit in their hats? Well, the key to the cut isn't the cut itself. It's in the timing of the cut. Its placement, its pace, its position, the flow from one shot into the next, the way the shots are sequenced and connected by the edits. And in this magical world of editing, a single frame, a 30th of a second, is all it takes to make or break the illusion. In your next production, I challenge you to challenge yourself to not rely on fancy wipes or 3D transitions, but to instead use the cut creatively. Editing is more art than science. Don't just make the obvious edit, audition a few options. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best solution.